Okay then. Hello, and welcome to my Ring of Honor 17th anniversary review. I wanted to actually do a review on this show because I will say it's a lot going on with this show, especially in regards to the G1 Supercard coming up at Madison Square Garden. You know, with both Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. And with that show coming in under a month, there's a lot of things, which I know they're setting up a lot of matches on the card for, to what I've seen lately through both New Japan and Ring of Honor. Because, you know, like I said, you know, kind of currently as we are speaking, the New Japan Cup is going on right now, but I'll get to that in a second. But with the Ring of Honor 17th anniversary show, there was going to be a lot of things leading in, and I would say some changes too now leading into the G1 Supercard when they go to Madison Square Garden. First off, what was it, Las Vegas, Nevada, back in, Sam's Town, which I see Ring of Honor went back to a smaller venue again, if you remember, and it's just kind of embarrassing for them in a way, but if you remember, I believe it was Death Before Dishonor. The last time they were in Vegas, they had a bigger arena. I believe it was at the New Orleans arena, I believe. Not New Orleans, but I think that's what it was called. I know it was in Vegas, but it was a bigger arena. I think it was supposed to be like a 5,000 seat arena and only like 500, 600 people. If you go look at the photos, it looks pretty bad. You mostly see everybody in the front. And I remember people making fun of it because a lot of these people were from All In. And of course, Cody, the Elite, Bullet Club, whatever you want to call them, or Okada, a little bit of Chaos, Jushin Thunder Liger, I remember was on that card. I think Ospreay was on that card too, against Lethal, but I guess they decided to go back to the smaller venue to what I've seen now. But with them going back to Sam's Town, commentary, Ian Riccaboni, NWA champion Nick Aldis, and Caprice Coleman. Colt Cabana was not there, as people know. Colt Cabana is in the New Japan Cup right now. I don't know when his next match is, but he is there until the end of the tournament. I'm surprised he even made it past the first round, and I'm surprised they even let Colt Cabana in the New Japan Cup. But yeah, the guy beat Makabe, so I don't think he's gonna win to face Jay White in the main event. But hey, we'll see. But other than commentary, we kicked off the show with Marty Scurll versus Kenny King. Pretty good match. Of course, Marty was gonna be over here. Not a bad match. Good opening. Pretty much ended up with King trying to use a chair on Scurll, but the referee took it from him. Marty hit King with the his umbrella and got the pin for the win. I kind of expected Marty to win anyways because he pretty much, whoever wins between Jay Lethal and Matt Taven, he will face them at Madison Square Garden. So whoever wins that match, they will go, against each other for the Ring of Honor Championship in New York. But with Marty, like I said, pretty much picking up the win right here. Good opening. I didn't really think he was going to lose also, which I should also point out too. I know Nick Aldis was talking about me, even has a title shot for the NWA Championship on April the 26th, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be Marty versus Aldis there too, Magnus, whatever you want to call him. So that's going to happen also. Next, which I kind of thought was one of the best matches of the night, Jeff Cobb versus Shane Taylor. Holy shit, this match was insane. I've never really seen that. Well, I know it was a Canadian destroyer. Shane Taylor did, or he called it the Cleveland Destroyer, but that shit looked cool. Okay, these guys were just going insane. All right. And they just like just two big guys just beating the hell out of each other, which was insane. All right, they just were going at each other like heavy shots. Cobb doing those freaking moonsaults in the ring. Shane Taylor, we do like a second row splash on. Badass match. I thought that was the best match of the night at first. It was just insane. It was just two big guys kicking the shit out of each other, and I'd say that was very enjoyable. Check that one out. Next, Mayu Iwatani, the the Women of Honor champion, which I'm gonna get into this later, but I've read that whole Wrestling Observer award list letter thing. I see her name a lot. I will say I've never really watched it like that. I know they got a lot of these girls from Stardom, I believe, for Ring of Honor now. So it was pretty good. She went against Kelly Klein. She had her whole, I guess, camp with her. Not a bad match. Really good. I'm assuming they said it's gonna probably be a rematch for the title, since Iwatani got Klein with a inside cradle for the win. So this was a pretty good match. Like I said, Iwatani, she pretty much got out of there. Could it be a rematch? I'm not really sure. It looked like the crowd was into it though, so I will say that. I don't know what the other title Iwatani had on. I think it was the Stardom Championship. I don't know, but like I said, it was a good match though. Now this right here, here's where I think kind of got, and this is what I don't know if I was tired during this show from yesterday because I had a lot going on, or maybe it was just the length of it and it took me time to get into it. What was strange to me was what was it? Because I think it was supposed to be the Kingdom versus Lifeblood. That was supposed to be the next match on the card. But on the card and everything. But next thing you know, Matt Taven comes out and he wants to do the Ring of Honor title match right now. So he's not going to sit around all night. So right now it was going to be Jay Lethal. Yeah, it's going to be Jay Lethal versus Matt Taven for the Ring of Honor Championship right now. And I'm like, we're going to do the title match now in the middle of the show. Hold on. Sorry, I was reading something there, but like I said though, this match here, I did not expect this match to go an entire 60 minutes, and I felt at one point I was ready for the match to end, because the match was going, and I don't know if there was a Chucky doll out there too, but and this is why I thought it was going to end right here. Lethal was about to go for the elbow, but then the balloons fell in the air. The Kingdom comes out, and Vinny there starts hitting Lethal with a baseball bat. Jonathan Gresham tries to come out for the save, but they pretty much put him on a barricade and hit his leg with a chair, then to his knee and stuff. Mark Haskins and Tracy Williams pretty much come out and chase them to the back. Taven pretty much low blow Lethal, and he pretty much hit his climax finisher, and but he could not get the win. Both guys kind of got up, going at each other again from there. Lethal was able to hit Taven with a cutter, which, like I said, the crowd looked like they got into it later on, which they said, let's go Lethal, let's go Taven, and fans were really starting to dig it. And like I said, I did not expect this match to go on for this long, because next thing you know, what do you got doing? You got both of these guys. Lethal hit like 3 suicide dives on the outside of the ring in 3 separate occasions, which was pretty cool. They had a table involved at ringside. Lethal still hit the lethal injection with a near fall, still could not get it. He kicked out, and like I said, both guys just start talking crap about each other then, and it was just going insane out there, because like I said, it was another table. They even had a ladder from under the ring and set it up almost like a bridge, and when it was kind of near the barricade on the table and everything, they just kind of set there. We'll get back to that in a second, because Lethal, he pretty much drop kicked Taven to the ladder. Lethal went to the top rope. He was going to hit the elbow, which he crashed and burned, landed on the ladder. They pretty much got back in the ring. They kept focused on Lethal's shoulder since it was hurt throughout most of the time. Taven was able to get him out there. Both guys start going at each other again. He hit him with some running knees to his head. He spat at Lethal and, hit another running knee. Still could not beat him. Goes for frog splash. Lethal pretty much caught him with a cutter, which looked fucking cool, almost like an RKO in midair. And fans chanted, "This is awesome." pretty much, both of them, once again, they're on their knees. They start trading punches with each other. Fans start chanting "Fight Forever." And Lethal hit him with like some super kicks. He said, "Fuck you." No, Taven said, "Fuck you." Lethal hit him with another super kick again. He hit the lethal injection. Another kick out. And then next thing you know, Bobby Cruz stopped the match. We have exceeded the 60-minute time limit of the entire match. So I'm sitting here wondering to myself, I'm surprised this match went this long. I didn't get into it later on until probably when the Kingdom came out, when it got interesting. But at first, I don't know if it was just starting to drag. Like I said, I don't know if it was starting to drag to me or if I was tired. I said to myself, why would we put the Ring of Honor title match right now in damn near a 60-minute Iron Man match, if you want to think about that? I would have saved that for the end of the show, but they would have had to eat up a lot of time. And this has to do with the pay-per-view schedule for this show, too, because we're going to get into that later on, that they had to extend the time due to this whole 60-minute man match. And because next thing you know, the fans started chanting and let them fight several times. But Marty Scurll comes out, looks at both of these guys. They're on the ground trying to get up. He picks up the Ring of Honor title, walks away with it. So that pretty much tells me it's going to be a triple threat match at the G1 Supercard between Marty Scurll, Matt Taven, and Jay Lethal. So I'm really seeing that coming right now. Since this was a draw between both guys, they did not lose. Marty still has his title shot, and it'll be a triple threat match. And like I said, the Taven and Lethal feud has been going on for a while now and stuff, with the real title and the fake title and several other things that have gone. I've tried to keep up as much as I could with Ring of Honor during this time. So even the Honor Rising show in New Japan has something to do with it too. So like I said, it was still a really great match later on through the time, though. I will say that. Did I expect the winner? Yes, but did I really expect this to go a full 60 minutes, that both these guys damn near kicked out of everything? No, I did not expect that. So it was a really great, it was still a great match though, but I would have put it in later in the show because it just dragged to me later on. It really dragged for some reason. But I don't know if I was just tired in that yesterday when I was watching this show. But as they talked about the G1 again, they brought out this guy named Megaran, and I guess it was his hype man. I guess they made the theme song or something for Ring of Honor, and it was called Going to the Garden. And they start singing this song because I'm like, I guess this is the intermission. I can leave then and, get something to eat, and I'll come right back. But next thing you know, Bully Ray comes out with a chair, and he says, "What is happening here? We're doing a pay-per-view and everything, and you're on pay-per-view." And he says he doesn't, and Bully Ray says, "I don't like rap." And he pretty much got in his, his hype man's face to get that smile off your face. And he says, "You guys look like you play video games. You're one of these marks that play Raw versus SmackDown. And I bet you picked me, Bubba Ray, in the game." But then Megaran said, "Nah, I chose Devon." And he said, "Testify." And then pretty much Bully Ray pushed both of them down. He told them to leave the ring. But then next, Bully Ray cuts this promo talking about MSG and that Ring of Honor in New Japan have never performed at Madison Square Garden, okay? But Bully Ray says he has sold out Madison Square Garden. He has wrestled on WrestleMania at the Garden. And he is main evented at the Garden also. And then, pretty much say he was going to talk about the fans in the crowd. I guess trying to get heel heat, slap some kids. And he pretty much said no one is worthy from Ring of Honor nor New Japan of stepping up to him. And then they chant Flip Gordon. And he says, "Y'all the guy with the busted knee? Yeah, nice try. I never quit, okay?" And I guess he was talking about a street fight then. So he made an open challenge to anybody in the wrestling business to meet him at Madison Square Garden on April 6th. Okay, and we don't know. It can be Ring of Honor, New Japan, or anybody in wrestling that can come face him. And he said, "I'll see you in the Garden, punk." Which immediately I saw people on the internet saying, CM Punk's coming back. CM Punk's coming back. Highly doubt it. Highly doubt that's going to happen. And if it did, I see it and I believe it. Who could challenge Bully Ray at Ring of Honor or New Japan? I don't know. We could bring out some people I've been seeing say Ishii, Minoru Suzuki, which I would love to see him kick his ass. Shit, I don't know. It's a lot of guys, really. I don't know who would show up when this whole thing happens, though. I don't know what could happen, but like I said, Bully Ray doing this open challenge thing, no. We will see. Not a bad promo though, but I will see. We'll find out when April 6th comes though. So we'll just go with that. But now this was kind of hard for the next match to follow the Ring of Honor World Title match, because due to the pay-per-view time, they had to announce that 2 matches were being scrapped since Jonathan Gresham got beat up early in the night. Him versus Silas Young, which was made the last minute, was scrapped from the card. Also, the Lifeblood versus Kingdom match was scrapped from the card due to the time constraints, and I guess they would pass pay-per-view time, so they had to extend it a little, and I'll get to that in a second. But the next match on the card was Rush of Los Ingobernables versus Bandito. I wish they would have played subtitles in the promo package before the match, because I cannot understand any of these guys. They speak Spanish. I wish they had some subtitles so I would know what they were saying, and I only know a little what they're saying. You think they would have subtitles though, because every time someone has spoken a different language in any type of wrestling, they would have had some type of subtitle so you can understand what they're saying. But since there wasn't that, Dalton Castle was on commentary. First off, these guys do not sell, especially Rush. This was an insane match, okay? Of course, Rush has to come out with the suit, almost like Naito and others, LIJ, Los Ingobernables, whatever you want to call it. But this was still a good match. Like I said, these guys, I swear to God, they did not fucking sell, okay? Like, well, I swear it was one point, Bandito did a 450 splash, and he tried to do a springboard and Rush in with a drop kick. It was almost like they did this Hurricane Rana move. It looked botched, and Rush just kind of got right back up, which just looked. This match was insane, okay? And even when he did his Tranquilo thing, I guess he had Bandito at the turnbuckle on the ground, was gonna drop kick him, but he didn't do it, and he just slapped him, and he did the Tranquilo pose then right after that. So he did the Tranquilo pose after that. So that was he only had 15 minutes of it, but it was still good because people actually knew what he was doing now. But these guys were hitting damn near every big move out there, but I swear they just weren't selling. Somehow they just they kept getting back up after just crazy moves. Rush did a freaking Canadian Destroyer, and Bandito's just back up on his feet, just going, and just took Rush right back down after that. Even when both guys were down, everybody at least started chanting the numbers in Spanish up to 10, uno, dos, tres, you know the rest, to do that. It was insane. Rush did hit the drop kick. I think it was the White Bull, something he did, but he hit him with a running drop kick on the bottom of the ropes, and Rush, the turnbuckle, and Rush got the win. Next, Dalton Castle came back in. I hope Dalton Castle is healed, man, because this guy just has so many nagging injuries. It's insane. I hope he's healed though. But I guess he challenged Rush to a match at Madison Square Garden, the G1 Supercard. I could see this is a Ring of Honor. It's a New Japan thing, maybe. But I don't know. They're going to add this match and that. Rush pretty much got on the mic then, and he says, I am Rush. And, and I should stop saying Roosh. I guess I should be saying Roosh instead of Rush. But I've said Rush for so long now. But, he said Castle wanted to face him one-on-one, and pretty much says he did not care. And he called him a pero right after that. I would like to see a Rush versus Naito match, but they're not going to put both Los Ingobernables members against each other. Unless they do some team versus team thing at the Garden where, both Los Ingobernables team up with each other. Naito, Rush, and the rest of LIJ versus Castle and a whole bunch of group of Ring of Honor guys, if necessary. I don't know, but we will see what happens from that. But, and Bandito, he's already had a match at the Garden too, which I'm really looking forward to that one. Triple threat match, him, Dragon Lee, and Taiji Ishimori for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. But as we got into the main event of the show, which I thought was about to be 10 more minutes left, but the Briscoes, the Ring of Honor Tag Champions versus Villain Enterprises, PCO, and Brody King. This was damn near some ECW shit right here. This was a Las Vegas street fight. These guys were doing so many insane fucking spots, okay? Kendo sticks and PCO just no selling kendo sticks several times, throwing each other into the barricade. You got the Briscoes bleeding heavy out there and just beating the hell out of Brody King and them. Pretty much what they did, Mark Briscoe through a table. Like King ran into like a fireman's carry drive, not fireman's carry, but I think it was Spicoli drive into the table on turnbuckle and everything. Jay Briscoe's bleeding then. This dude fucking PCO did like a damn Michinoku driver on one of the Briscoes to the outside on the table. It looked crazy. Even Brody King trying to do a pile driver onto the table outside. The table didn't even break all the way. It's like they just slid off the table. It did not even break, okay? These guys were just going insane. Which I thought, this one, Brody King told PCO to do something crazy, runs up to him, they back body drop him into the damn apron, okay, the apron, and it just looked painful to watch, all right, it was insane. Mark Briscoe, he had a blockbuster on the top rope, and I think King, he knocked him into some tables then. PCO was bleeding and pretty much start no-selling kendo sticks from the Briscoes. Broke the kendo sticks with his knees then. And, pretty much tried to stab him in the throat with it then. And I think he recovered after that. But what else was just insane? I'm trying to remember what else, because like I said, it was just a lot of fucking crazy-ass spots in there. But Brody King... Now he talked about the power driver one, but pretty much Jay Briscoe's back in the ring with I think King put a chair on him and PCO did his moonsault for the win. I did not expect a title change from this, okay? I really didn't expect this. Especially, this was some ECW shit. These guys beat the hell out of each other with weapons, okay? They beat the living fuck out of each other with weapons. This was a brawl. This was a street fight right here. Listen, I only know so much about PCO. Yeah, I know he was, PR Carl let back then. I wasn't around, like WWF, like early 90s, I guess, or 80s and everything. The Mountie, if I'm not mistaken, or was it the Quebecers? I don't think it was the Quebecers, and they talked about this main event. He was in the Garden several times, so now he's going back to the Garden again. And I just know he had a resurgence in his career last year during, which everybody talks about that match during WrestleMania weekend, him versus Walter, which I did see that was insane and people just going nuts for it and stuff. I think the guy's like 50, I'm not mistaken. I did not expect the tag titles to change hands. Now, what throws me off about this, because I didn't expect the tag titles to be the ending, but the crowd loved it though. They loved it. But now here's the thing where I'm a little confused at. At first, it was going to be the Briscoes versus the Gorillas of Destiny for both the Ring of Honor and the IWGP Tag Team Championships. So now it may have to be changed now. Could it be a triple threat tag? Could it just be PCO and Brody King versus GOD? Bullet Club? Villain Club? Where are we going with this now? Could there be a title change back to the Briscoes for all I know? I just wanted to see the Briscoes and GOD. It just sounds like a badass match, and I was already sold on it during the Honor Rising show. Okay? I really was, and I was kind of looking more forward to that. Now with this title change happening, where does that really sit next into the G1 Supercard? I don't know. There's still time left. We will see, but I really did not expect the Ring of Honor Tag Championships to change hands here tonight, okay? I know Brody King and PCO have not been there long, but still, I really didn't expect that. That was a bit of a surprise to me, but maybe there's some changes during the week. Like I said, we still got time to build up this whole G1 Supercard. We still got the New Japan Cup going on right now. My bracket is already fucked up as it is. I'm already kind of pissed about that. So my prediction's a little off the walls right now. Like I said, it was a good show though for the 17th anniversary. One of the highlights I should say was the whole 60-minute thing with Lethal and Taven. I did like the tag team match at the end. There was some good things about this show though, and I did like the Ring of Honor TV title match between Jeff Cobb and Shane Taylor. That was like one of the best things on this show tonight. So it was an enjoyable show, I will say that. The fans were hyped for it. It's Ring of Honor and everything, so I liked it. Okay, but that's my opinion of the show. But I'm gonna go from here. I'll see you guys later. I just wanted to kind of talk about this show just because it's leading to the Supercard and everything, and I just kind of want to speak on a little about it too when going into this. I may discuss the what is it, the that whole listing, that Observer. Oh, that'll be named worst promotion. That's hilarious. They're named the worst promotion. I was reading that list. I didn't know what to believe from that yesterday. Some things I agree. Some things I just felt was off the wall with this shit. But hey, that's my opinion. No, maybe I'll get into it another time. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.